ashver.com.
Hello and welcome to ashver.com. You are watching an interesting video on urine therapy, use of one's urine to heal wounds or alleviate disease symptoms.
Please read the disclaimer carefully.
Urine. According to the English dictionary, I am politically correct to call urine a waste product, not a healing elixir. Before we get all excited about its miraculous healing powers, here is the definition of urine. The pale yellow slightly acidic fluid excreted by the kidneys containing waste products removed from the blood. It is stored in the urinary bladder and discharged through the urethra. Urine is 95% water with a smattering of urea, vitamins, minerals, enzymes, hormones, proteins, antigens and antibodies. Urea, amino acids in urine combine with salt residues to produce an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antifungal, and antiviral agent known as urea. This chemical can also be made in a laboratory and is often used to make ointments and lotions. Urea is also used in agriculture as a fertilizer and can be made from either animal urine or chemicals. If you have an aversion to salt, chances are that your urine may get infected because salt, the chloride, is needed to make urine sterile. The kidneys control sodium levels in the blood. If they are too low, the urine is adversely affected. Urine therapy. Here is the medical definition of urine therapy as quoted from the website Alleviate. Urine therapy is the use of one's urine, internally or externally, to heal wounds or alleviate disease symptoms and or for overall well-being. It is also called uropathy, auto-urine therapy, MRLI, or Shivambu. Ideally, this effect could be true of pristine, well-balanced urine that is free of environmental toxins, pesticides, GMO components, hormones, drug metabolites and many other not so desirable attributes of modern man-adulterated urine. This urine safe. A good friend of mine who is a raw food fundy of note asked me what I thought of urine therapy. Well, as a health researcher, I was quick to tell her about all the waste material that is found in urine, HRT, hormones like estrogens from plastics, drug metabolites, uric acid and other chemicals that now also land back in our drinking water. How else could have we screwed up our milk crocodiles and given teenage boys breasts, let alone hormone-sensitive cancer? I guess we can speed up the process by drinking our hormonally adulterated urine. Ladies take pills made of horse urine to alleviate hot flushes and dry fannies, for instance. Guys who train for cycle races and build their muscles take anabolic steroids and growth hormone. I also explained to her that it would be more beneficial to swap the urine around, because one man's discarded urine could become another man's precious medicine. She is a raw eater and has already overcome stage 4 breast cancer on her pristine vegan diet. Would she now be considering a course of her own medicine? Some people believe that fasting and only drinking your urine has beneficial effects. So much so that there is an international conference on urine therapy. There are plenty of testimonials of how patients with no hope of curing candidiasis, diabetes, arthritis, some forms of cancer and incurable HIV, AIDS are now well, thanks to what they call urine looping. They say that before we are born, our fetus swims around in the womb in a fluid similar to mother's urine. For the following 6 months we are surrounded by a fluid that some doctors call fetal urine. So when a baby is born, it is no stranger to the cozy effects of urine therapy, you could say. I need to investigate this more scientifically lest I too begin to throw the baby out with the bath. Take a closer look at the function of urine in terms of protecting the blood. I decided to devote some time to research the topic because it bothered me. I have an innate aversion to drinking my urine under normal circumstances, and most people would agree that a slice of pineapple is more appealing. Eating the whole pineapple would certainly give you a boost of vitamins, minerals, enzymes and anti-inflammatory drugs like bromelain. Fresh and tasty, full of antioxidants too. No recycling required, no urine. The revolting aspect of such a practice and the horrible impression it would give my psyche is off-putting. Why would I want to drink that lukewarm, cozy, like breast milk, fluid with a strange saline taste and often stinky aroma. No, not even out of the holy, I would prefer to flush away what came out of myself the morning after a few glasses of wine, a rich curry, salty snacks and a sumptuous dessert. If you eat unhealthy food or take medicinal or psychotropic drugs to excess, the blood becomes saturated with an overload of dangerous metabolites. These are filtered out into the urine. Where do you think kidney stones come from? If your piss was so pure then uric acid would not be present but, say the wee worshippers, what about the glorious boost of melatonin we get when we drink the hallowed morning urine from the Holy Grail? Some believe this is the way to decalcify the pineal gland and open up your sentient channels. All you need are 2 eyes to go check out a few laboratory scans before you become a urine drinker. Some of it is very toxic, as you will soon see. There is a reason why we can't reach our own crotch. When people say there are no harmful side effects to drinking their urine, they may not be telling us the whole truth. How is urine affected by uric acid and the link to gout and cancer? Perhaps there may be something I need to know about the possible benefits of recycling urine, this wondrous waste material? But it would certainly not be because of the uric acid content or the presence of hormones that promote the growth of cancer. But hey, some of us will still be nodding and saying, hallelujah, she is going to tell us that drinking our own urine is a good thing. Especially if you have paid a small fortune for a mind-bending recreational drug or chemotherapy. Alleviate is used to treat bone cancer. People pay, in US dollars, about $100 for a capsule, so rands, over are 1,000, imagine all that money going to waste. No wonder people try to save money and recycle drugs instead of flushing them down the So now, you can get another cycle of chemo or psychotropic mania for the same price if you drink your urine and loop it all back. All you will be doing is making the problem worse. More uric acid, more, and that is why a lot of people get cancer in the first place. Tumors cause uric acid levels to get even higher. Extreme urine therapy loopy? Protocols recommend that patients should not drink any fresh water. I was shocked to hear this. The argument is that the urine can first be filtered and modified by the digestive system, but there is no guarantee that your metabolism, especially that of the liver or the immune function of the intestines, is healthy enough to do so. We know about the famous experiment Supersize Me that turned a healthy man into a sick one within a few weeks of exclusively eating McDonald's food. Well, the pee drinkers say that we are better off with the same time devoted to just drinking and re-drinking our own urine. Please tell me, is free of toxins and Monsanto GMO? Apart from that, drinking urine if your kidneys are defective can allow blood and albumin to seep into the urine. Anybody for a glass of pink or mold? They say that no harm will be done from drinking modern day urine, that it is safe and has been done before. Our energy levels would be better, we would have less wrinkles and we would be cured of all kinds of diseases. But should anybody do this before they take a good look at their urine under a microscope? High levels of uric acid are associated with metastatic cancer, multiple myeloma and certain leukemia and lymphomas. This is due to the high turnover of cells. Chemotherapy treatments can result in the tumor lysis syndrome, whereby DNA and RNA are also released into the bloodstream. As you know, it is the kidneys that have to filter this stuff out, and that is why urine becomes. Is there any biblical proof that drinking the living water is urine? In most cases, urine is not the living water that flows from your belly as some would like to think it is. Christ told us to listen to His words so that we would thirst no more. He turned water into wine. Do you really think He would prefer to publicly drink His own urine instead? This biblical quotation is often used to justify urine drinking, but is this not just a mind bender, a placebo effect? According to health experts like Andrew Val, there are better ways to take care of disease. We are not short of cancer protocols that can help to prevent and cure cancer. Scientifically based alternatives to toxic drugs and recycled urine. Verily I say unto thee, your pineal gland and your kidneys have calcified from your toxic burden. Christ also said we should not concern ourselves so much with what we eat and drink because it all goes down the drain. He said it was more important to watch our words because they came from we pee so toxic because we eat so toxic. Why drink it again? What we ingest affects the delicate pH of our blood at 7.45. So the kidneys have an important role to play to keep your heartbeat balanced, your blood sugar within a safe range, and to make sure toxins and hormone levels don't skyrocket. Within half an hour the kidneys have to filter out the offending substances. Where do they go? The urine, of course, because any laboratory test will find them. How else can we tell if you are already getting cancer, way before the touchy-feely stages? Because HCG, a hormone that shows up if cells have become cancerous, except if you are pregnant, shows up in urine. So does the ratio of cancer-fighting versus cancer-causing estrogens. We call this the 2/16 ratio and is a reliable form of non-invasive cancer screening. Do you want to recycle those pro-cancerous hormones that are heading? We drink water to facilitate the flushing away of the toxins as conveyed by the urine. Then we urinate, always a welcome relief, pull the lavatory chain and say cheers. I mean, goodbye you smelly toxic waste. I prefer to say cheers before drinking something nice with my family and friends. So if the kidneys don't remove excessive uric acid from the blood, people suffer from gout and cancer more severely. The uric acid that is trapped in blood capillaries crystallizes and causes unbearable pain. As we know, we have also found out that tumors and chemotherapy raise levels of uric acid. So, at best we need to consider reducing levels of uric acid and finding out why they creep up in the first place. Would I tell somebody to drink their urine and raise their levels of uric acid? Definitely. How about urine in terms of homeopathic treatment? Yes. Homeopathy cures in strange and wonderful ways because it works in reverse. It is based on the science of opposites, whereby the introduction of a sample of the offending substance, antigens we find in urine, can be potentized and then used to treat the symptoms that the offending antigens caused. Here the use of urine as a self-medication does make perfect sense and is used to good effect. Even snake venom can be made into a homeopathic remedy to treat symptoms of a snake bite. Based on the law of similarities, homeopathy is an elegant form of medication. So why not use a urine sample to desensitize people against their specific and very unique antigen, the placebo effect and the modes of prescribing urine? It has already been done for centuries, with blood, serum and urine samples for both man and beast. And it works, all the better when dispensed as tiny sugar pills on prescription. I know what you are thinking. Aha! The placebo effect. Well, in the case of urine therapy this may also be true. Be sure to listen to the talks on YouTube by Andrew Norton Walker. You can get so stoked up on urine you may start drinking it. The placebo effect does come into play to a certain extent. But like any drug, urine also needs to be prescribed with precautions, contraindications and warnings about adverse side effects. We can add to that same imagined package insert that there are some benefits in certain cases. These could be duplicated by cleaning up your diet in the first place and using more effective detoxification protocols. For instance, drinking urine that has a load of heavy metals in it is not highly beneficial. By drinking cilantro juice, the toxic metal residues are drawn out of the tissues and excreted by the kidneys into. So what do they say urine therapy can do for you? Seriously. People bear testimony to the benefits of drinking their own urine, but during fasting uric acid competes with other chemicals that are also being excreted. Don't be in too much of a hurry to lose weight on an exclusive urine looping fast, because rapid weight loss, stress and strenuous exercise can also increase uric acid levels. Most of the urine therapy gurus suggest you add a few glasses of distilled water to your daily routine. Yes, we need to flush with water, and they claim that distilled water is the most beneficial substance to drink. Other than it is your choice. The claimed benefits of a good treatment include improved vision, a better temperament, less chronic pain, beautiful skin. You are also advised to rub your urine onto the skin throughout the day. Why? Urea is an ingredient that is used in many posh face creams. I hope yours smells as good as Second Debut Night Cream, or their famous Day Cream. To herself, I can't believe I use my own piss. Before you embark on a urine fast, make sure you have undertaken sufficient detoxification protocols such as a kidney and liver detox and thorough parasite and heavy metal removal. Then try to abstain from animal flesh and excessive protein, salt and sugar. Ideally, urine drinkers are best off on a raw vegan diet whereby waste products like urea are kept to a minimum. Urine is basically water, and they say that when you urinate, your home produce will be more beneficial if you are thinking good thoughts as you pee into your cup. My cup runneth over, I would agree, because that would prevent a surge of adrenaline, cortisol and other fight and flight hormones from adding their imprint to the urine. As with water, the vibrational input of urine can be profound. The more you relax and chill out, the quantity of feel-good hormones like serotonin, melatonin and oxytocin will course through your bloodstream, and you can get a second dose from your very own secret fountain of youth. It has been said by the urinary cult that Jesus Christ was able to fast, on urine, for 40 days and 40 nights in the wilderness and overcome temptation. Some assume he managed because of drinking his own urine. I wasn't there, so I don't know if it is true. Perhaps it was because there were no McDonald's or Burger Kings out there in the wilderness. We all remember the Japanese scientist Emoto who made water messaging famous, and soon people were pasting love notes on their bottles of drinking water. It worked. The effects could be seen under a microscope, and soon the whole world was blessing sources of water to help heal the world. Could the same be done with urine? Be sure to get an indelible felt tip pen and write messages of love and healing all over your belly, said to be the source of living water. The more you love your body and trust in your ability to heal a condition that didn't respond to drugs or surgery, the better. Then devote yourself to your journey and be fully committed to urine therapy. Don't give up prematurely and don't cheat. People who have done this will agree that the element of trust and sincerity is paramount. For many, this process has worked in the face of a terminal illness, so it can do the same for you. Do not tell people about it, lest they cause you to stumble and sow seed, but watch out for raw organic or for no immunogenic veggies that are rich in natural steroid hormones. They may flood the urine with pro-cancerous metabolites. Some of that bunny chow can also contain high levels of protease and trypsin inhibitors. This is bad news for potential cancer victims and may also generate higher levels of acidity from excreted urea and amino acids. Eat what suits your blood type. This is the golden rule to eliminate antigens that produce annoying symptoms from your diet. Such simple advice, to prevent the most obvious antigens from also reaching your urine. Stop eating the foods that tip them in. However, should you have extreme allergies to just about everything, you may wish to consider the homeopathic form of urine therapy. This helps to desensitize you against allergens like cat hair, gluten and so on. Are doctors suggesting we try DIY homeopathy with our own urine? Yes. The advantages of using diluted and potentized urine are pretty obvious. The reason homeopathy is not popular is due to its simplicity, its cost-effectiveness and the profound way it helps the body to heal itself. This is done by stimulating the production of antibodies that are made by lymph glands, especially under the tongue. So by releasing antigens that are provided by your own urine under your tongue, you automatically can desensitize yourself from substances that trigger an allergic or toxic reaction within your constitution. According to Andrew Norton Weber, you can start right away by popping 10 drops of your very next load of urine under the tongue. He suggests doing this often enough for your body to produce antigens and help you get over your allergies or gluten intolerance. In his case, he said he was able to overcome his near-death reactions to walnuts in such a way. Well worth a try, but please find out as much as you can from reliable sources. Also share this information with your doctor or trusted therapist so you have adequate support and safety measures. This is also important if you are interested in treating bee stings, wasp or spider venom or snake bite. In all cases it seems you need to allow a few minutes for the new antigens from the venom to enter the bloodstream and thus the urine. The urine is then passed, collected and a few drops taken under the tongue to start the process of making an antidote. Sounds good in theory, but in an emergency we need to get the best and the fastest treatment we can. Urine to the rescue, in an emergency out in the desert or the open bush. If we are stuck out alone in the bush, far away from a medical center, we do the best we can. At least clean up a wound or snake bite with your own urine and then drink a few drops of it repeatedly. I sure hope it wards off the venom and buys you more time. I have had plenty of snake scares and at least now I know there is something one can do other than wait for help that may not even arrive. Another life-saving aspect of urine drinking is when there is no other choice. Most people have a water bottle or hopefully, something to collect the urine in when they are away from home. If you get trapped on a mountain ledge or in a cave and are unable to get hold of any food, let alone water for a few days, make the most of the opportunity to test drive the water of life. Even if your urine is full of iffy junk food chemicals, that lukewarm piss could save your life. If you get stranded for a few days without food or water, then urine's hidden alchemy could even take you to a higher dimension. Should you refuse to do this, you could rather die of hunger and thirst.
Thank you for watching this interesting and informative video. This channel offers motivational, inspirational, valuable and informative videos to soothe, cleanse and inspire your health, mind, body and spirit. You can find lot of interesting videos on wide range of topics here. Stay tuned and keep watching.